Hi, so my name is Becky Huett, and I want to start by telling you that my talk on being a reluctant PHP developer starts by telling you that I'm a Java developer. See the big heart and the coffee, Java. Um, and I've been a Java developer for my whole career, and I also will not tell you how many years that's been, because you'll be able to tell how old I am. But I've worked in the corporate world for many years as a Java developer, loved it. Was on a team where I was one of the senior developers, and the people, we always had projects coming in right and left, and there was never a question because every project that came to me was for Java. That was just everything that came my way had already been prioritized, no question about it. No front end, it was just straight Java, that's all it was. Well, fast forward, the other thing also was when I was in the corporate world, one of the nice things about it is they let me go to a lot of conferences. And one of the conferences I went to where they gave advice that I ignored was that you should learn multiple programming languages. And I remember sitting there listening to all these speakers. That seemed to be a common thread that one year. And I remember thinking, there's no way. These people have no concept of reality. There's no way I'm learning multiple programming languages. I'm a Java developer, and that's all I have time to do. So fast forward a couple years, and find myself as a freelance programmer. And for family reasons, I ended up leaving the corporate world. And suddenly, I'll code for food if that's what comes my way. I mean, but it's just different, a different world. Not everything that comes to me is straight Java anymore. So I had to explore my options a little bit. I started my own company, and another thing I found is servers. If you're doing applications for PHP versus Java, server space for PHP is significantly cheaper than server space for Java. I see lots of heads nodding, so everyone has experienced the same thing. So that was one thing. And then the other thing is that, quite honestly, a lot of my clients are small companies, and they don't have the need for these robust, giant enterprise backends that I was used to working with for years. It was just overkill for what my clients were asking for in a lot of cases, not all cases, but a lot of cases. So suddenly I find myself as a PHP developer here and there. But the really neat thing is I've found out PHP is kind of fun. And all these years I was so reluctant to pick up a new programming language. And as it turns out, there's so many common core similar things between languages that it is easier to pick up another language as you go on because you know the questions to ask. You know, okay, how do I compare a string in this language? Because I know I'm going to need that. And do I want the actual string or the reference to that pointer in memory? And things like that you learn as you go along. In each language, you learn the questions to ask, and it just seems a lot easier. And so I've learned a lot of lessons from doing this. First of all, clean code is clean code wherever you go, and if you try to stick with that, I think you end up with pretty decent products at the end, and no matter what, you strive for clean code. And ironically enough, my goal was to be a better Java developer, and I actually think by learning PHP, I've become a better Java developer. There's things that I've learned from certain PHP frameworks that I've used that we struggled with in Java for a long time, and we'd have tech meetings all the time. How are we going to tackle this problem? What are we going to do with this? Well, I pick up a new framework, and lo and behold, they're doing that from the ground up. If I'd have known that, if I would have heard about that, I could have taken that information, applied it over to Java. We would have solved that problem. Hours that we met on that would have just been time we could have put towards other things. So that was kind of interesting for me to learn. And then my advice, at least for myself, is, branch out a little bit and try if you're a back-end developer, try doing some front-end stuff for a while and see what you get from that. Go to a hackathon. Maybe there's some good advice there. Just have a good time with that. And, finally, if you're really want to cause trouble in your life, learn another language, PHP, whatever. Because ultimately, I truly believe it has made me a better Java programmer, which is, oddly enough, not why I got into it, but was the end result. So, thank you.